You can say nay. The ayes have it. And therefore, the motion has been moved by the Leader of the Senate, seconded by the Leader of the House of Representatives, that this joint session of the National Assembly be...
To the Senate, Mr. Speaker, distinguished senators, my colleagues in the House, I rise to second the motion for adjournment, ably, clearly, and effectively moved by the Senate Leader. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues from both chambers, I rise to move that this joint session of the National Assembly be now adjourned sine die. I so move.
Assembly to be brought to an end. And thereafter, the Leader of the House of Representatives, Professor Ihombe, will second the motion. Right Honorable Senator Bamidele Okpeyemi.
Congratulations, sir. And safe journey. Thank you. Come and see you in Lagos, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. It's all right.
Once again, let me invite all of us in the National Assembly to applaud the remarks of the Right Honorable Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas. Thank you. Mr. President, all protocols observed. To summarize the Right Honorable Speaker's remarks, it simply refers to the Holy Book, where they said that the disciples of Jesus Christ move in one accord. Your remarks show clearly that the two chambers of the National Assembly are united in one accord in supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to revamp the economy of this country and at the same time create a better future for generations yet unborn. On that note, may we now rise for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Right honorable members,
reduce reliance on borrowing. The National Assembly will continue to work with the administration to ensure that such reforms are equitable, effective, and considerate of the needs of vulnerable populations. To this end, we have engaged stakeholders to address concerns raised on the tax reform bills, fostering trust and cooperation. I have personally led numerous high-level meetings and consultations with state governors and other key stakeholders on this issue, achieving very, very positive outcomes. Your Excellency, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, as we approach 2025, we must embrace the realities before us with determination. Stabilizing prices, boosting agricultural productivity, expanding infrastructure, and investing in education, healthcare, and security, which remain our paramount priority. To strengthen national unity and build trust, it is essential for the government to communicate its achievements effectively to the Nigerian people. Mr. President, let me assure you that the National Assembly is fully committed to supporting the successful implementation of the 2025 budget. This is not merely your budget. It is a national project requiring collaboration across all arms of government. We will work to ensure its timely passage, provide legislative support for critical reforms, and conduct robust oversight to guarantee transparency and efficiency in its execution. Mr. President, fellow colleagues, let us take a moment to recognize and honor the profound sacrifices made by each and every Nigerian over the past year. The removal of fuel subsidies, rising inflation, and adjustment to economic policies have created challenges. Yet, these sacrifices are necessary for building a stronger, self-reliant, and prosperous Nigeria. I call on all Nigerians to remain resilient and united in our collective pursuit of a brighter and better Nigeria. In conclusion, Mr. President, thank you for your visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to Nigeria's progress. The 2025 budget represents a crucial step towards economic recovery and sustainable development. I'm confident your reforms will soon deliver tangible benefits for all Nigerians. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you. If you look around you, you'll notice that the senators are a bit quiet. The reason is that in the red chambers, we don't clap, we don't sing. we only face the business of legislation. And then we pretend as if we don't smile at all. But I thank you for recognizing my brother, the head of the House of Representatives. Yes. Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, Professor, GCON. You will now give the vote of thanks.
GCON.
His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my dear brother, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, the President of the Senate, Honorable Justice Kudirat Keke Eku, the Chief Justice of the Federation, distinguished Senator Barrow Jibril, the Deputy President of the Senate, my dear brother, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, and the Governor of Kwara State, the APC, the Governor of the APC Progressive Governors, other governors present here, principal officers of the Senate and the House of Representatives, Excellencies, former presiding officers of the National Assembly, distinguished senators and honorable members of the House of Representatives, distinguished Senator George Akume, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Right Honorable Femi Bajabiamila, the Chief of Staff to the President, members of the Federal Executive Council present here, Excellencies, the National Chairman of the greatest party in Africa, or Alaji Ganduje, other representatives of party chairmen here, Head of Civil Service of the Federation, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Chairman of the National Assembly Service Commission and his commissioners, Clerk to the National Assembly, Deputy Clerk to the National Assembly, Clerk to the Senate and House of Representatives, Secretaries of Directorates of the National Assembly, Head of Security Agencies, Head of Federal Agencies and Parastatals, National Assembly Management Staff, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the House of Representatives and the entire National Assembly, I extend our deepest gratitude to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for presenting the 2025 Appropriation Bill to this joint session. Today's presentation fulfills a fundamental constitutional mandate and reflects a vision and steadfast commitment to addressing the needs and aspirations of all Nigerians. Over the past 18 months, your administration has taken bold and decisive steps to reform our economy. The removal of fuel subsidy, unification of foreign exchange rates, and introduction of innovative economic policies have laid a solid foundation for sustainable growth and development. While these reforms have demanded short-term sacrifices, they are acts of courage and patriotism. History teaches us that transformative progress often begins with difficult decisions. Examples from China's market reforms, India's liberalization, and South Korea's industrialization have found the enduring benefits of such bold actions. These lessons inspire confidence that Nigeria's ongoing reforms will foster economic growth, reduce poverty, and ensure long-term prosperity for everyone. Mr. President, your administration's reforms have disrupted the status quo, sparking resistance from vested interests. Yet these courageous measures underscore your resolve to prioritize the welfare of Nigerians. The National Assembly stands ready to support these reforms through legislative backing and to facilitate public engagement for greater understanding and acceptance. Your Excellency, 2024 has been a year of mixed economic fortunes. The National Bureau of Statistics reported GDP growth of 3.46% in the third quarter, up from 3.19% in the second quarter, largely driven by the services sector. Despite challenges posed by climate change and insecurity, agriculture remained a critical contributor, accounting for 17.22% of nominal GDP in the first quarter and 22.61% in the second quarter. However, inflation rising to 33.88% in October, alongside escalating food and energy costs, continue to strain households across the country. Nonetheless, the International Monetary Fund's projection of 3.2% growth for 2025 underscores a positive trajectory if reforms are sustained and structural issues addressed. Mr. President, your international engagements have further reinforced Nigeria's global standing. The agreements from your September 2024 visit to China are set to transform rail transport, enhance digital literacy, boost agriculture, and strengthen national security, while elevating Nigeria-China relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership. Engagements in France similarly secured 300 million euro for critical sectors, while Brazil's 4.2 billion grant to strengthen agriculture underscores your focus on sustainable growth. Notably, one of your administration's remarkable achievements is advancing local government autonomy, ensuring that resources reach grassroots communities and empowering them to address their specific needs. This commitment to transparency and accountability will have a lasting impact, particularly on our rural communities. Your Excellency, the proposed 2025 budget of 49.7 trillion, which is a 35% increase over 2024, is really ambitious and very commendable. The projections of 4.6% GDP growth, a crude oil price of $75 per barrel, an exchange rate of 1,400 to the dollar, and oil production of 2.06 million barrels per day are bold but very achievable. However, Nigeria's fiscal realities warrant critical reflection. Despite being Africa's most populous nation, with over 220 million people, our 2024 national budget of $36.7 billion remains modest compared to countries like South Africa, with a budget of $160 billion for its only 60 million citizens. Egypt with $110 billion for its 110 million people. Algeria with 60 billion naira, $60 billion for its 45 million people. And Morocco allocating $50 billion for its only 37 million residents. Indeed, Nigeria's low tax revenue also remains a major constraint. Our tax to GDP ratio, currently at approximately 10.9% for 2024, is among the lowest in Africa, significantly below the continental average of 15.6%. In comparison, South Africa's tax to GDP ratio stands at 25.4%, while Rwanda and Ghana, with more smaller populations, report ratios of 15.1% and 14.1% respectively. Even our VAT collection efficiency at approximately 20% is notably below the near 70% efficiency achieved by South Africa, Equatorial Guinea, and Zambia. Mr. President, addressing these challenges requires urgent and comprehensive tax reforms to broaden our tax base, improve compliance, streamline administration, and
The Right Honorable Speaker. Improvement in healthcare across and reducing medical imports dependence. Refertilizing agriculture. Increased agricultural production is essential to our food security agenda, but insecurity has crippled this vital sector. We are supporting our farmers with funding and inputs to reignite productivity. Food security is non-negotiable. In this regard, we are taking bold steps to ensuring that every Nigerian can feed conveniently, and none of our citizens will have to go to bed hungry. Distinguished Senate, President of the Senate, Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, leaders and members of both chambers of the National Assembly, and fellow Nigerians, our 2025 budget proposal is not just another statement on projected government revenue and expenditure. It is one that called for action. Our nation faces existential threats from corruption and insecurity, and suffers from many past poor choices. These challenges are surmountable when we work collaboratively to overcome them. We must rewrite the narrative of this nation together with every leader, institution, and citizens playing their part. Get me right. The time for lamentation is over. The time to act is now. It's a time to support and promote greater investment in private sector. A time for our civil servants to faithfully execute our policies and programs. It is a time for every Nigerian to look hopefully towards a brighter future, because a new day has dawned for us as a nation. As your president, I remain committed and resolute to continue to lead the charge. This 2025 budget proposal laid the foundation for peace, prosperity, and much needed hope. It is the plan through which a Nigerian, every citizen, everywhere can dream, work, and thrive safely, and it can be achieved. It is with great pleasure, therefore,
that I lay before this distinguished joint session of the National Assembly the 2025 budget of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, titled the Restoration Budget, Securing Peace, Building Prosperity, and may God bless and keep our troops fighting for our security safe. May God bless the armed forces of Nigeria. May God bless this Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. 1.60 trillion naira in expenditure, representing 85% of our target, also in the third quarter. While challenges persist, we improved revenue collection and fulfilled key obligations. The transformational effect of this on our economy are gradually being felt. That drives me to the philosophy of the 2025 budget. The 2025 budget seeks to restore macroeconomic stability, enhance the business environment, foster inclusive growth, employment, and poverty reduction, promote equitable income distribution, and human capital development. This, our budget allocation reflects the administration strategy, the strategic priorities especially, and the implementation of the Renew Hope agenda and its developmental objectives. The 2025 budget overview. The numbers for our 2025 budget proposal tell a bold and exciting story of the direction we are taking to retool and revamp the socio-economic fabric of our society. In year 2025, we are targeting 34.8 trillion naira in revenue to fund the budget. Government expenditure in the same year is projected to be 47.90 million naira, including a trillion naira, including 15.81 trillion naira for debt servicing. I promise we have to bring this down. A total of 13.0 trillion naira, or 3.89% of GDP, will make up the budget deficit. That is achievement. This is an ambitious but necessary budget to secure our future. The budget projects inflation will decline from the current rate of 34.6% to 15% next year, while the exchange rate will improve from approximately 1,700 naira per dollar to 1,500 naira, and a base crude oil production assumption of, say, 2.5 million naira per day. The projections are based upon the following observations. Reduce the importation of petroleum products alongside increased export of finished petroleum products. Bumper harvest driven by enhanced security, reducing reliance on food imports, increasing foreign exchange inflows through foreign portfolio investments, higher crude oil output, and export coupled with a substantial reduction in upstream oil and gas production costs. Key priority areas: rebuilding Nigeria. Our budgetary allocation underscore this administration's strategic priorities, particularly in advancing renewable agenda and achieving its developmental objectives. The highlights of the 2025 budget allocations: defense and security, 4.91 trillion naira. Infrastructure, 4.06 trillion naira. Health, 2.48 trillion naira. Education, 3.5 trillion naira. As we embark on implementing the 2025 budget, our steps are deliberate, our decisions resolute, and our priorities are clear. This budget reflects a renewed commitment to strengthening the foundation of a robust economy while addressing the critical sectors essential for the growth and development we envision. To secure our nation, security is the foundation of all progress. We have significantly increased the funding for the military, paramilitary, and police forces to secure the nation, protect our borders, and consolidate government control over every inch of our national territory. The government will continue to provide security forces with the modern tools and technology they need to keep us safe. Boosting the morale of our men and women in the armed forces will remain our government's top priority. The officers, men and women of our armed forces and the Nigerian police force are the shield and protectors of our nation. Our administration will continue to empower them to defeat insurgency, banditry, and threat to our sovereignty. Our people should never live in fear, whether on their farmland, highway, or cities. By restoring peace, we restore productivity, revive businesses, and rebuild our communities. For infrastructure development, we launched the Renew Hope Infrastructure Development Fund. It was with the conviction that infrastructure remains the backbone of every thriving economy. Under this program, we are accelerating investment in energy, transport, and public works. By leveraging private capital, we hope to complete key projects and give growth and create more jobs. We have already embarked on key legacy projects. Lagos-Calabar-Kosa Highway, Sokoto and Badagry Highway. They will have a huge impact on the lives of our people and accelerate economic growth. That is the rationale behind that. Human capital development. Our people are our greatest resource. That's why we are making record investment in education, healthcare, and social services. Our administration has so far disbursed 34 billion naira to over 300,000 students through the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund. In the 2025 budget, we have made provision for 825.90 billion naira for infrastructure development in education sector. This includes those for the universal basic education UBEC and the 9 new higher educational institutions. We are convinced that universal health coverage initiatives will strengthen primary healthcare system across Nigeria. In this way, we have allocated 402 billion naira for infrastructure investment in the health sector of year 2025 budget. And another 282.65 billion naira for the basic health care fund. Our hospitals will be revitalized with medication and better resources, ensuring quality care for all Nigerians. This is consistent with the federal government's planned procurement of essential drugs for distribution to public healthcare centers and facilities nationwide. The Senate. Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, principal officers of the National Assembly, executive governors here present, distinguished senators, honorable members of the House of Representatives, national chairman, my friend of all Progressive Congress, and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the honorable ministers here present, National Security Advisor, Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Clerk of the National Assembly, senior government officials, gentlemen of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In fulfillment of one of my constitutional duties and with unyielding commitment to rebuilding Nigeria towards ensuring that we remain steadfast on the journey to a prosperous future, I hereby present the 2025 budget to the joint section of the 11th National Assembly. 10th? I wrote 11. Which means you are all re-elected. 2025 budget at a time when our country is at a crucial point in its development trajectory. The 2025 budget proposal again reinforces our administration's roadmap to secure peace, prosperity, and hope for a greater future for our beloved nation. This budget, christened Budget of Restoration, Securing Peace, Building Prosperity, strikes at the very core of our Renew Hope agenda and demonstrates our commitment to stabilizing the economy, improving the lives, and repositioning our country for greater performance. The journey of economic renewal and institutional development, which we began 18 months ago, and I emphasize just 18 months ago, as a nation, is very much underway. It is not a journey of our choosing, but one we have to embark on for Nigeria to have a real chance at greatness. And I thank every Nigerian for embarking on this journey of reform and transformation with us. The road of reform is now clearly upon us. And as the president of this blessed nation, I know this less traveled road has not been easy. That there have been difficulties and sacrifices. They will not be in vain, I assure you. I said we must keep faith with the process to arrive at our collective desired destination. We must build on progress we have made in the past 18 months in restructuring our economy and ensuring it is strong enough to withstand the headwind of any future shocks of the global downturn. The 2025 budget that I present to you today is one of the restoration. It seeks to consolidate the key policies we have instituted to restructure our economy, boost human capital development, increase the volume of trade and investment, bolster oil and gas production, get our manufacturing sector humming again, and ultimately increase the competitiveness of our great nation and economy. We do not intend to depart from this critical path to strengthen the Nigerian economy. Just as I believe in the resilience of our economy to withstand the current challenges, I also strongly believe in the resilience of the Nigerian people. Again, I summon the unstoppable Nigerian spirit to lead us as we work to rebuild the fabric of our economic and existence. The improvement we have witnessed in year 2024 budget has led us into the 2025 budget. The goals of advancing national security, creating economic opportunities, investing in our youth population, infrastructure development, and national reorientation form the core of the year 2025 budget. But more than that, this will lay a solid foundation for a Nigerian's future growth trajectory. The current economic realities and progress. Distinguished Senate President, Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, leaders and members of both chambers of the National Assembly, I report today that our economy is responding positively to stimulus. Our objective is to further stimulate the economy through implementation of targeted fiscal stimulus, packages through public expenditure, and specific non-inflationary spending. The reform we have instituted are beginning to yield results, no reversals. Nigerians will soon experience a better and more functional economy. Global economic growth for the outgoing year in year 2024 was projected at 3.2%, and against predictions of our countries, we have made significant progress. Our economy grew by 3.46%. Round it down, that is 3.5 of year 2024, up from 2.54% in the third quarter of year 2023. Our foreign reserves now stand at nearly $42 billion from negative inheritance. We are providing a robust buffer against external shocks. Our rising exports are reflected in our current trade surplus, which now stands at 5.8 trillion naira. National Bureau of Statistics confirms this. The clear result of gradual recovery, among others, reflected the resilience of our economy and the impact of deliberate policy choices we've made from the outset. For year 2024 budget performance, I'm happy to inform this August National Assembly that our administration attained remarkable milestone in implementing the 2024 budget. In 2024, we achieved 14.55 trillion naira in revenue, meeting 75% of our target as of the third quarter.
Just to assure you, sir, that the four tax reform bills, the Joint Revenue Board of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2024, Nigeria Revenue Service, in fact, as I'm mentioning the bills now, many of them will be shocked because they never even knew. The Joint Revenue Board of Nigeria Establishment Bill, Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Bill, Nigeria Tax Administration Bill, Nigeria Tax Bill represent a monumental shift in our fiscal landscape. It is disheartening that those who have not yet taken time to understand the initiative, the focus, are the ones shouting the loudest as critics. But we will make sure that we listen to Nigerians and dot the I's and cross the T's to the satisfaction of all Nigerians. and for the benefit of this country. We will not kill any reform that you bring forward that will change the future of this country. We cannot do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. And therefore, I urge all Nigerians, especially those in public offices, to engage with these vital reforms thoughtfully, very thoughtfully. This initiative marks the first comprehensive tax reform Nigeria has had since independence, a very transformative opportunity for rejuvenating and small and medium enterprises and enhancing the livelihood of ordinary Nigerians. These reforms will not only improve Nigeria's revenue profile, but also create a more conducive and internationally competitive business environment, transforming our tax system to such that over 100 million Nigerians will be exempted from tax if they do not earn in business above 50 naira or 50 million naira in a year. Notably, your infrastructural renaissance has paved the way for many roads, including the coastal road, the crucial arteries in Abuja, capital city. Imagine Abuja now, looking almost like London and other parts of our country. These developments are not merely about concrete. These developments are not merely about concrete and asphalt. They represent the livelihood of our economy, connecting our people and fostering growth. This is why the relationship between the executive arm of government and the legislative arm of government is built on trust, faith, and unwavering patriotism. You have demonstrated through your action, words, and demeanor that you are deserving of our trust and our public trust. Together, we shall continue on the path of nationalism and service to our country, ever mindful of our duty to the good people of this country. Your Excellency, we have noted the 2024 budget performance of about 50% for capital expenditure and about 48% for recurring expenses. Given this great achievement, we have deemed it necessary to extend the lifespan of the 2024 budget to June 30th, 2025. The enabling law for this extension will soon be placed before you for your assent as a testament to our appreciation for the great performance of the budget, ensuring that we build on the momentum so far created. Finally, sir, we commend your steadfast commitment to our collective and collaborative cooperation with the National Assembly to achieving your grand vision for Nigeria. Let me take this opportunity to stress the importance of the need for the honourable ministers and heads of extra-ministerial departments to respond promptly to requests from National Assembly whenever they are invited, particularly this period, to come and defend their sectoral allocations in the exercise of our legislative oversight. They should not see invitations as nuisance. They should know that any invitation is constitutional, and we also have constitutional powers to take further action where they refuse to appear. So, Mr. President, I wish to caution some of the ministers who are intransigent and who do not give respect to this hallowed chamber, the only place that shows democracy in the world. It is the National Assembly. So those who disregard invitations from National Assembly are not Democrats and therefore have no place in your government. We shall submit, Mr. President. In spite of all our achievements, Mr. President, and my great compatriots, we must say it is not yet Uhuru. We are light years away from where we ought to be. Some rivers remain to be crossed. The pains Nigerians feel now are merely the pains of hardship occasioned by reforms, but let's look at those pains as pains of childbirth. The season of childbirth, immediately the child is born, rejoicing starts with the first smile of the child. I ask for your patience. I urge Nigerians to be patient, to cooperate with you, maintain faith in your vision, which will be for the betterment of this country. Mr. President, you cannot be everywhere. We are your eyes. 469 constituencies. We, the distinguished senators, honorable members of the House of Representatives, are your eyes in our constituencies and every corner of this nation. When our constituents struggle to afford rice, and they cannot, they come to us. When their shoes pinch as a result of wear and tear, and they cannot replace, they come to us. When the economic alarm sounds, they turn to us for succor. Therefore, we are committed to ensuring that we help you at the grassroots level. Let no one attempt to bring the counsel of Ahithophel to bear that constituency projects are scams. They are not. Those are the only things that Nigerians say in our various constituencies from the federal government of Nigeria. So I want to take a moment to appreciate the tireless efforts of the National Assembly members, both the senators and House of Representatives, who struggle on a daily basis to use their personal finances in order to help Mr. President when he's not available. Your untiring efforts in using your personal resources, your time, to assisting what the executive ought to have done wherever they are not available, remain the beacon of patriotism, altruism, and selfless ambition. That is why you sacrifice, and that's why your people brought you here. So embrace this moment, Mr. President. Together we'll build a nation that we can all be proud of. Let us march forward, united in purpose and unwavering in resolve, as we craft a future that reflects the very best of who we are, a nation of resilience, a nation of hope, and a nation of greatness, a nation of renewed hope. I welcome you, and I thank you for listening to us. Welcome to the National Assembly. But we now invite our distinguished president, a man of focus, a man who loves the National Assembly, the one that will support you to support your constituents, to now present the 2025 budget. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand. Oh yeah. Shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand.
Thank you very much. Thank you. After listening to this great remark of a great mind, colleague, and the president of the Senate, I feel I could have just lay the budget and go. With your rendition of the mandate support, I can't do otherwise. I must but respect you and go through the exercise of reading. It is a great honor and pleasure for me to be back where I started. As once a member of this respected house of thinkers and doers, I am grateful to be your president and to be here to see so many faces of my friends, colleagues, and compatriots. I thank you very much. President
of the Armed Forces, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFR. Your Excellency, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. My brother, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, GCON, Speaker of the House of Representatives. My Lord, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, GCON, Chief Justice of Nigeria. Very distinguished Senator Barau Jibrin, Deputy Senate President, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, CFR, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Your Excellencies, our state governors here present, particularly the chairman of the APC Governors Forum and Governor of Imo State, himself a distinguished senator. Right Honorable Bajabia Amila, CFR, Chief of Staff to the President, distinguished Senator George Akume, Secretary to Government of the Federation, our own national chairman of the great party in Africa, the APC, His Excellency, my brother Ganduji, distinguished senators, members of the National Assembly, heads of civil service, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chairman, National Assembly Service Commission, and Commissioners, Clerk to the National Assembly, Deputy Clerk to the National Assembly, Clerk of the Senate, and Clerk of the House of Representatives, Secretaries of Directorates of the National Assembly, Head of Security Agencies here present, Head of all federal government parastatals, National Assembly management staff, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. A call to unity and progress of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As a testament to our enduring democracy and the collective aspirations of our great nation, we gather in this venerable chamber where the echoes of democracy resonate with the hopes and dreams of our people. Together, we stand on the cusp of transformation, eager to turn these hopes and dreams into a living reality for the good people of this nation. To put the bows and joints in turning these aspirations into tangible outcomes is our esteemed colleague, a member of the National Assembly, distinguished senator, an indomitable statesman, who today, by the grace of God, happens to be the first ambassador of the National Assembly to become the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. So we welcome you. This great statesman, who is fast becoming a national treasure, is about to present to us the 2025 appropriation bill, a solemn declaration of our shared commitment to rise, to strive, and overcome the challenges that confront this nation. The challenges he met when he assumed duties in 2023, very daunting. And he has done his best, and today he's bringing a blueprint to ensure the stability of this country, economically and otherwise, and to bequeath a better future to generations unborn. Mr. President, on behalf of my colleagues in both chambers, I extend a heartfelt welcome to you. We also recognize the presence of our esteemed Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCUN, our Secretary to Government, George Akume, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Adebayo Olawale Edu, the Honorable Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, our distinguished Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency Chief Nyesom Wike, CON, Mr. Project, the Chief of Staff to the President, as earlier stated, and all members of your delegation from the Federal Executive Council, along with your entire entourage. Your Excellency, your leadership shines like a beacon of hope, illuminating our path forward in these challenging times. As you profoundly stated, and I want to quote, "A nation is built not merely by the bricks and mortar of its structures, but by the resilience and determination of its people," unquote. This truth resonates deeply, reminding us that it is the spirit of our citizens that defines our nation, and not just the infrastructure and edifices that we construct on a daily basis. Under your administration, we have witnessed remarkable strides in economic reforms, aimed at enhancing our nation's stability and growth. The courageous decisions you've had to take, removal of fuel subsidies, though challenging, showcases your unwavering commitment to redirecting resources to critical sectors such as education and health. Your collaboration with the Central Bank has culminated in an environment ripe for investment, and your focus on infrastructural development reflects a visionary commitment to improving the connectivity that fuels any nation's economy. Furthermore, your initiatives to strengthen our security framework stand as a testament to resolving and tackling the pressing challenges of our times. We commend your tireless efforts, along with those of our brave men and women in uniform, for liberating our lands from the grip of terror. I dare say that today, no community in Nigeria is under the flag of Boko Haram, a monumental achievement that we must celebrate with you. The reduction in kidnapping incidents and the neutralization of over thousands of terrorists and insurgents remain another major testament to your patriotic zeal, your strength, and your determination to change the future of this country. Your dedication to fostering international relations paves the way for fruitful partnerships that will propel our nation forward. We are witnessing a resurgence in foreign direct investment, made possible by your visionary directives that ease the visa processes for Nigerians traveling to other countries. We are now beginning to have respect internationally. And at the same time, we welcome investors and tourists alike to our country. Your innovative approach in our different embassies and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have opened new doors for Nigerians and its people. Today, Nigerians can get visa on arrival in many countries in the world. And for these diplomatic shuttles that have shown results, we thank you. The introduction of social welfare programs embodies your unwavering belief in uplifting the living standards of the ordinary citizens of this country. You remind us, sir, that our nation is not merely constructed on bricks and mortar, as you always say, but the resilience and determination of our people. Nigerians are taking notice of all your remarkable achievements, sir. You may not know this because the villa is very lonely. You have doubled and aggregated government revenues to over 18.3 trillion, reduced debt servicing expenditures from 97% of our income, which we use for debt servicing. Today we have reduced it to 68%. 68%. You have fulfilled $7.5 billion in foreign exchange obligations. $7.5 billion in foreign exchange obligations. You have increased oil production to about 1.8 million barrels per day, something you met at 900. We have launched the compressed natural gas initiative in order to ensure clean energy for Nigerians and ease of movement across the country. Your administration has processed over 45.6 billion naira worth of student loans, something that we used to hear of in other countries. In a very short time, you signed the national minimum wage law, you signed the national minimum wage bill into an act, and raised the national minimum wage of our dear country from a paltry, was it, Mr. Speaker, 21% to about 70,000 naira a month. And I want to thank our governors who followed suit and raised the bar, some 85,000, some 95,000, and still going, which shows the care that you have given direction that we should give to the vulnerable and the less privileged in our society. All this while providing over 570 billion naira in financial support to the states of the Federation. And I do know that the governors in private will acknowledge that they've received a lot of initiatives from you in this direction. Mr. President, we commend you on your groundbreaking tax reform initiatives. Though misunderstood, though many have not even opened any page, but they are sitting on television and doing a lot of